welcome back to week 5 of the Spartan Sport Report. I'm your host, Sean Gale. Alongside me is Teresa Dart. Jump right into things with golf. The golf team competed in the Elizabethtown Fall Invitational on Thursday. We'll get those results back to you next week. Next week on Monday, they also will compete in the Lebanon Valley Fall Invitational. Now, Teresa will tell you what happened in women's soccer this week.
Thanks, Sean. After being off for a week, the women's team competed against Goucher in a double overtime tie yesterday. It was definitely a tough match as the Spartans had an extreme lead of 42-7 advantages in total shots, but they could not put it back of the net. Melanie Glessner had a record 3 saves and a goal and earned her 8th shutout of the season and extended her scoreless streak to 565 minutes and 45 seconds. That's impressive. And she is ranked first in NCAA D3 for goals against average, and she's also second in save percentage. The Spartans return to action this Saturday as they take on CAC foe Mary Washington at Granfield. Now back to you, Sean.
Thanks, Teresa. Get you caught up with the tennis teams here. Both the men's and women's team will compete this weekend. Both squads will travel to Penn State Harrisburg on Friday, and then on Saturday the men will play host to Ursinus here at York, while the women's team will travel to Ursinus. Now we'll send it over to Joe Widener with cross country.
Thanks, Sean. The men and women's cross-country teams here participated in the Dickinson Longshore Invitational this past weekend. The men placed 2nd out of 14 with 152 points, while the women claimed 6th out of 14 with 183 points. Moving on to men's soccer, they took on Salisbury University in a classic York College-Salisbury University rivalry match. Salisbury got on the board early in the 2nd minute, but the Spartans fought the rest of the way. Eli Bjork knotted the game up in the 74th minute in a game that had 6 total yellow cards, 4 for the Spartans and 2 for the Seagulls. Chris Weaver won the game in double overtime, the 106th minute, with a rocket of a goal. Wednesday, they traveled to Penn State Harrisburg, where they won 6-2, thanks to Eli Bjork and Austin Johnson, who had 2 goals apiece. They now stand at 9-2-1 on the season. Derek, over to you.
The Falcon team returned home on Saturday after a 5-game road trip to face conference rival Salisbury University. Despite a spirited and hard-fought effort, the Spartans fell 3-1 to the number 1 ranked Seagulls. This past week, I sat down with seniors Danielle Gatings, Ashton Burke, and Jamie Goldkine to reflect on their season thus far and talk about where they need to go in the future. I want to first off thank you ladies for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining me today to answer a few questions. I really appreciate it. Let's get started first by recapping the game on Saturday. You faced number 1 ranked Salisbury Seagulls. If you just talk a little bit about that game and your reaction. You guys played really well, in my opinion, and I just want to hear your thoughts about that game.
We came out really on fire. We had a big win the game before against number 16 ranked Elizabethtown. I think that really pumped us up, and so we came out strong right from the beginning, scored first, which is always one of our goals. We really played well together as a team. We really moved as a unit. Our goalie was our freshman. She really stepped up, Abby Baker. This was her first game, and she came in on a big game, big rivalry, so she really stepped up. She made a lot of great saves. She really was talking to us, and she really impressed everyone, and we're really proud of the way that she played.
I know we're about halfway through the season now, but if you could talk a little bit about your goals maybe at the beginning of the season, and maybe if they've changed or any new ones you've set at this point in the season looking forward.
We were really adamant about setting our goals early in the season, that everyone was on the same page, and we worked really hard to make 5 main goals that we would revisit after every game or every practice and make sure that we were all working towards one thing. And that's something different between this team and I think other seasons. We all are kind of on the same page and are all trying to strive for the same goal this season. And even though, yes, we're halfway through the season, I feel like we're all on the same page and we're all striving to those same goals that we were at the start of the season. CAC final round is ultimately where we want to be. We've made it to the semifinal round many years in a row, and we're trying to break that trend this season and get past that semifinal game and make it to our CAC final.
You 3 are all seniors. If you could maybe talk a little bit about what your plans are post-graduation from your college.
I think, we're all very competitive, so we're still going to try to stay in shape and, hit the gym. I know our one fellow senior, Sandy Reich, her goal for after season is to start competing for eating competitions. So she's going to start training by eating, as many hot dogs as she can to,
Start preparing.
yeah, she's going to
Get
start
her
preparing
stomach
for that.
stretched.
Yeah,
Interesting. That's quite a goal there.
She's something else.
she is something.
Yeah. Once again, I want to thank those three ladies for spending some time with me and sitting down and doing the interview. The Spartans will return to action on October 4th as they will be home against Stevenson, and then once again they'll be home on Saturday, October 6th as they face Lynchburg.
The women's volleyball team hosted their first home tournament this past weekend, the York College Spartan Invitational, where they came out strong, beating Centenary 3-0 in their first match. The competition was very tough in this tournament as the Spartans fell their next 3 matches, recording a record of 1-3, losing to Eastern, Rowan, and Cortland State. The Spartans welcomed CAC foe Marymount earlier this week for a tough match, which ended in a loss for the Spartans, but it was well fought as they went to the 5th set and dropped it 15-11. This marked the first game of October, which is Dig Pink for breast cancer for the women's volleyball team. So far, they've raised $1,600 and will continue to raise money throughout the rest of October supporting the cause. So come out and support the women's volleyball team and Dig Pink to fight breast cancer.
All right, that's all we got for you this week. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's alumni weekend here at YCP, so make sure to come out to all the games, men's and women's soccer and field hockey. It's going to be a great time.
Stay classy, Wes.
And sure left its mark on us.